So then in today's video, we're going to be exploring some holiday resorts in the middle of nowhere. These are located on the island of Kos in Greece. The resorts we're going to be looking at are in a very rural part of the island. The area is this undeveloped coastline. The place is empty, yet some developers have decided to build resorts literally in the middle of nowhere. Now this is very different to the main part of the island, which is Kos Town, because the resorts around Kos Town are all built right next door to each other. It makes the area densely packed with resorts, which leads to the area being developed. Because there's loads of tourists in a small area, that leads to facilities being built for those tourists. But the resorts we're going to be looking at in this video are the exact opposite to this, because these rural resorts are built far away from each other. Each resort is surrounded by undeveloped land. They are all in the middle of nowhere, and because of that there's nothing to do outside of these resorts. There's no shops, there's no facilities, there's no infrastructure. This means that the resort itself pretty much has to provide everything you need. But if the resort is not very good at that, then that would make it quite a boring holiday. So let's find out how good these resorts actually are. So in this video I'm going to be going on a 4.5-mile walk between two villages. The two villages both have a very bad bus service. Not many buses each day, and sometimes there's even a 3-hour gap between buses. But hey, that seems relatively good compared to what some of the resorts have, because some of them have no bus service at all. Apart from the resort's own shuttle bus that just takes you there from the airport. So once you're in the resort, you're stuck there for your entire holiday unless you like walking. So let's start the video, where I walk 4.5 miles along undeveloped coastline where there's pretty much nothing apart from every now and then I randomly come across a resort where I go and review it. Let's go to the first one, which is Tui Magic Life Mare Palace. 5-star. So this is a 5-star hotel. Water bar. It's got some bridges, we've got some nice big pools. It's quite nice. 5-star? Nah, more like 4-star really. Okay, this resort is pretty big. Got all those pools down there. You've got all the pools up here, bridges, pools either side. There's a pool that looks like a hot tub at the same temperature. There's the main pool, which is about 28 degrees. So the whole place looks like that. It's okay, not the tallest. I like places a bit more tall than that. So you came in there, you got all of those pools. Got a pool there, little pool there, more pools up there, another up there, and more down there. That's huge. These pools are very nice. I don't think that's a lazy river. It looks like it could be, but no, there's no flow in that. Let's see the temperature of this one. 28 degrees again, so a little tiny bit of solar heating because it's early on in the day, so I think there's a slight amount of heating in that, but barely. There's a lot of pools here. Like, that is a lot of pools for the size. And this is what the beach area looks like, which looks nothing special. So, how do I rate this resort? If the buildings are a bit bland looking, it says it's 5-star, but it doesn't feel it. It feels more 4-star. However, it's got lots of quite large swimming pools, so I'll give it a rating of 55%. So now to the next resort, which is Neptune Luxury Resort. He actually put luxury in the name. This is a 5-star resort, and looking around, it doesn't look really that 5-star. Like, the buildings look nothing special. Okay, this is what it looks like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks okay. It's just, well, I don't know. It's a bit not rememberable. Buildings that look at it like villa style. Then you've got these walkways here. It sort of looks a bit like just park, a few houses either side. Like, it's a bit nicer in England, but is it 5-star? Come on, I don't think so, really. It's not that good. There's a swimming pool. Here's a bridge. And it's all right. Water temp is 27. The only nice buildings in the resort is the middle part, the main building. It actually looks quite good, and it's got some shaftless lifts. It's got a bridge, which gives it a feature. Oh, this is nice. So we've got Otis Europa, Otis 2000 buttons, Cone, DMG. That's a doorbell, that's an actual doorbell on that. Welcome to the discrimination area. Notice everyone is silent in that area. Why don't they just call it quiet area? They literally do the same job, just call it quiet zone. This is the area for silent swimming. There's no need to put in the discrimination. They shouldn't put in adults only. It's literally no need. Well, this is a weird little swimming pool. I didn't know what it was, I had to read the sign. I'm not quite getting it, but okay, this is what it looks like. Got a handrail in it. What's the water temperature? Oh, it's cold, like really cold. Like 5 to 10 degrees. So it's like a really cold pool. So, how do I rate this hotel? Well, it doesn't feel 5-star, it only feels 4-star. However, the price is what you'd pay for a 4-star. It's not 5-star price, so I guess I can't really fault it for that. It's a bit bland, even though it's big, it's got quite a few pools, it's just a bit forgettable. So I'm going to say 50%. So now along to the next hotel, which is Sumi Beach and Splash, which is quite a small resort compared to the others. It's like long and thin, but very narrow. One infinity pool, which looks nice. Seats like that. The water's a bit cold. This one's about 25 degrees. It's a very cold pool. Whereas it's meant to be a 4-star hotel, but come off it. If you ignore the grease scenery, just look at the walls like this. Now, it doesn't look that different from an English housing estate in places. It could be Tower Block Archive time back in the UK. Like, it doesn't really look very resort-like. Now, I have walked quite a way down the beach to get here. So if you look over there, you can see we are in the middle of nowhere. The architecture style has actually changed again. This is just a weird place, this one. And because the place is so narrow, it feels like I'm walking along like a long street rather than walking around a resort. Here's the next pool. It looks like this. You don't really get a resort feel, because that's the end of resort one way, then the other way, the end of resort's just beyond this building. Sloping stairs, there's no lift in here, so that's not good. So this place doesn't even feel like a resort. This feels like you're walking along a long street. That's because of how narrow the place is. One end of resort's there, and just beyond those buildings, it's the other side of resorts. So it's like long and narrow. It's really not very good. So that's all my rating. I'd rate this place as 25%. Now to the next hotel, which is Gaia Palace 4-star. Fucking hell, that's a bit unfinished. Well, I can't really be negative that it's unfinished. They're still going to build it further, so hopefully that's not complete. If that's a complete thing, that's absolutely shit. But I assume they're going to build more, and I assume they're going to put a pool in the middle. But still, it's just a bit rough around the edges, this one. So you're going to stay in one of these resorts. You're most likely going to spend a lot of time here, especially since the bus service is completely utter shit around this area. So that said, I'd expect there to be a lot of stuff to actually do in these resorts to actually make it worthwhile staying here. If there's not much to do here, why stay in a resort so far away from absolutely anywhere? Well, that's a very small swimming pool for 4 stars. This lift smells a bit, I don't even know what, stale water. Actually, it might be stale water in the pit, it smells really bad. Eating lift. Hydraulic. Ooh, it stops when you press that, but it's not like an instant bouncy hydraulic stop, it's sort of a gentle stop. It opens the valve to go to levelling speed before it stops. When the emergency stops, you get a slightly more gentle stop and you use your hydraulic. Boing! This part looks more fun. A castle. Okay, this improves it a bit actually, because you've got some nice decorations to this. It looks like a bit of Bounding Castle, a very narrow, tight water slide. And these bits. Okay, this resort has got a few decorative features, but that's about it. And those cracks are deliberate. They've actually themed it around an abandoned building. So this is a resort for urbexers. Like, I've literally made it look abandoned. Nowhere else in the world would I think an abandoned looking building is decoration for a resort. No, I'd say that's also discrimination the other way, because that pool with nice features is actually called Children's Pool, or Children Pool, which is a bit of a weird way to call it. But why can't that be adults as well in that pool? Actually, it was adults for me anyway, so people just ignore it. It's like, if you're an adult, you go to the adults only pool where everyone is quiet. If you're a child, you go to the fun pool with interesting decorative features where you can splash about. But I don't fit those stereotypes, because I much prefer the fun splash about pool. So, how do I rate this resort? Well, there's a couple bits that are quite nice. That decorative pool's nice, but look at that. That is not acceptable, and it's not 4-star. No way I can get away with saying this is 4-star. So I'm going to give this one a rating of 30%. So then, I am in the middle of nowhere. The next town is 2 miles in that direction, and the town behind me going that way is also 2 miles. So I am in the middle of nowhere. It's very remote here, and every now and then along the coastline there is a resort. So there's no big major resort area with lots of resorts together. These resorts are all spread out, so there's a bit of a walk between them. But considering how remote it is and how bad the bus service is, I'd expect these resorts to have a lot in them, a lot of entertainment, a lot of things to keep people amused. If you've gone on holiday to one of these resorts, you are quite stuck there because of how remote it is. But so far, most of these resorts in these remote areas haven't actually been that good. Like, they don't have enough there to keep you amused, not for a whole week. Now to the next hotel, which is the Oku Hotel. 5-star, discrimination, adults only. You see, it looks very 5-star. So the look of it's 5-star, but the pool's tiny. The temperature, like 27. And you see, it very much looks the part of a 5-star. All very neat, all very posh. A bit boring though. So I'm a bit disappointed in these more remote hotels. I thought the more remote it'd be, the more unusual and interesting. I thought it'd be more like mini towns because they're so remote, so I'd have more stuff. Honestly, like, I don't get why you'd want to stay somewhere remote and not have much facility. That's weird, there's no windows in that one. Okay, I got one of the members of staff to show me the indoor pool just to have a look at it. Couldn't really film because they were like showing me round. It is tiny. Like, indoor pool is absolutely tiny. So this one really does look part of 5-star. Like, it looks it, so in that sense, yes, it's 5-star, but it's just so small. I could not stay somewhere this small in such a remote location. Like, how can anyone be here for more than a day? It gets boring. So the reason why the main pool is so small, it's just that one main pool. The reason why there's so few pools is because every single apartment gets a private pool. So that's why it's 5-star. Every apartment gets its own pool. It's a bit weird with no windows on the outside, but then all the windows in these apartments are facing into their little pools in the middle. And it turns out this is a stupid adults only age discrimination hotel. So how would I rate this place? Well, it's definitely 5-star for how posh it is. I'm not quite sure how I'd personally rate it because it's both posh with lots of private pools everywhere, slightly like empty with nothing to do, so 45%. So continuing along the middle of nowhere. There is nothing about around here. It's literally empty wasteland. So the next hotel's not finished being built yet. And there it is. So it's going to be a 5-star. It's going to look like this. So you've got one main pool in the middle, but every single apartment has their own private pool. Oh, there's your private pool there. Stairs go up. That's interesting. Interesting design. Upstairs you've got this. I mean, thick concrete, but you can see it's wood panels in the mould. It looks very rough and a bit cheap. And you've got the infill blocks here, like that. There you go. That's not all there is to it, really. So then, the next hotel is a Grecotel. Interestingly, everyone here is speaking German. So I don't know if this hotel is just for German people or if just German people prefer it. I don't know. There you go. That's a bit older looking. That looks like shit. Phone. Yeah, I prefer this. This is a bit more like a normal sort of resort hotel. I like buildings like this with corridors, lifts and stuff like this, like little villas. Doesn't really do it for me. So while this might not be the poshest hotel, it's not necessarily the best kept and it's not the biggest. I actually rather like it because it's got a friendly atmosphere, because everyone's jumping about, splashing around. It's not like the other hotels we've just seen where everyone's silent because it's posh and it's very boring. There's no atmosphere to it. I like more sort of, I'm more for places where people are just having fun, because that's what you're meant to do when you're on holiday. So this place is 4-star. It doesn't have an indoor pool, so as far as I'm concerned it should only be 3-star. It does have 2 water slides, which is nice. I'm probably going to give this one 60%. And now along to their next hotel, which is Akti Coast Club. So it looks nice. I'm not sure if there's going to be any standout features as such. You've got trees there, paths a little bit, could have some more work done on it. There is a lot of private pools, which is where it gets its rating for 4 stars. A lot of buildings, this is little like villa style buildings, that's not really my thing. It's nice, but I don't think it's that particularly stand out as such. There's so much competition around here, resorts that don't really stand out much quickly get forgotten. And there is no lift. There is a lot of these, I don't know, I assume that's a bendy private pool. And there's this water slide, but that's not really big enough for me to go on, so I can't be bothered with saying that small. And the main pool looks like this. This part seems quite nice. And here is the quiet pool. About 28. Interestingly, this one calls it a quiet pool, not the adults only pool. That's a good thing, no discrimination. So how do I rate it? It's all very nice, but buildings are a bit small, there's no lifts. I have to move some points to that. I'd say about 58%. So now to the next hotel, which is Tui Palazzo del Mare, 5-star. So a fountain that you can't swim in and a port you can swim in. So it's posh because you can swim right up to your hotel room. And it's not a private pool, it's just the main pool and you can swim up to your room. And the garden bits look very nice. And it's nice, you can see it's 5-star because they made it look nice. There's just no atmosphere, no one's splashing about, no one's having fun. It's another one of these places where everyone's quiet the whole time. And I found out a reason why no one's having any fun is because it's an adults only age discrimination hotel. When I review these places I have to put into consideration how many stars it claims it has. Like if it said it was 4-star I'd be like, yeah, this is really good. Because they say it's 5-star I have to be more critical, and it is really nice. It's not exactly a 5-star lift. Software, well, that's a new one for generative company name. So looking at a pool here, that looks very nice. Also, this place does have an indoor pool, but it's behind a spa, which a lot of these places do, which I find annoying. Like, why does the indoor pool have to be a spa? Why can't it just be a regular pool? There's the indoor pool. There's the main pool. Let's see the temperature. 27 degrees, that's a bit colder than I expected. It's very nice looking, but loses some points for being so low rise and just so quiet, but at the same time it is still very nicely done. And I was going to give this 65%, but when I got home and looked up I realised it's an adults only hotel and I refused to give any of those a rating higher than 50%. And the next hotel is Sentido Pearl Beach, which is a stupid age discrimination adults only hotel. This hotel is very strange. It claims it's 4-star, but the whole feel of the place feels very 5-star. The entire hotel is very modern looking and it looks very posh. All of the bungalows in this hotel all have a swim up pool, so it's like one swim up pool for about 10 different bungalows. But what's really weird is the further you walk along into the hotel, you realise the whole thing just repeats. It's like there's a private swim up pool with several bungalows opening out onto it. Then there's another one, then another one after that. It's just the exact same design. It's like copy and paste. It's very repetitive. It feels very much like a box ticking exercise to make a posh hotel. Like I know they're all just capitalist box ticking exercises to make money, but this one really felt it more than the others. But when you walk around it, it just repeats. It's formulaic. There's no change to it. There's no styling or different features. It's literally the same feature. So if you like the feature, yeah, it's good, but it's formulaic. It's literally the same feature again. We'll walk along a bit further, then it'll be exactly the same. It's just repetitive. Despite the fact it looks very posh, there's nothing inspiring about the place. It's just such a strange design. Well, it's quite different to the other resorts, and that in a way makes it interesting to visit. But to be honest, this feels like a money-making exercise for the owner. It's so uninspiring. And also the main swimming pool is very small for a posh hotel. Very little used, mainly because everyone's using their swim-up pool. There's no lift in this resort because it's all on one floor. It's a stupid adults-only resort where everyone's really quiet and the whole place has no atmosphere. I'm going to rate it 40%. Now to the next hotel, which is Sandy Beach. And this array of palm trees looks very nice. And this one is another German hotel, a lot of German language. These trees look really nice. In some ways I do like the garden more than the 5 stars. It looks nice, but how do you make your hotel stand out when you've got so many hotels? They're all doing pretty much the same thing now. Sandyland. Oh, there's a tram stop in Croydon. This looks tacky, like that is so tacky. No way is there a ladder all the way up to the rooftop, unprotected ladder. You could literally climb up to the roof. But this is a hotel full of Germans. It's going by the German philosophy. You don't secure stuff, but then you have everyone being a vigilante out to report anyone misbehaving. So it's not just German speaking hotel, it's German culture hotel as well. As for water temperature, water is, okay, 29 degrees. A small water park. Not a very big one, just a small one. Now, a lot of places would have called themselves 5-star if it looks like this. But this place has called themselves 4-star, being more honest. And for that, I'm going to give them a higher rating. I'm going to say 65%. It's got quite a lot of interesting features, but sadly the water park was just a bit too small. So this place does not have a lift. If it did, I'd give it 70%, but because of lack of a lift, only 65%. Now along to the last hotel of the video, which is Caravia Beach, 4-star. This one is quite big. Got quite a few pools. It looks like this. It's quite reasonable. Weird. No sound on that. 4th floor. A long levelling time. Yeah, on 4th floor. Welcome to the AstroTurf rooftop. What's the point of this? Well, I can see out here, but it's not really in use at the minute. So, how do I rate this hotel? Well, it's very nice, but at the same time, the competition is very fierce. It didn't really stand out that much from the competition. I'm going to say 55%.